Well, we begin here in Kenya, where more than 10 people are feared to have been killed during protests to dispute the outcome of the presidential election. 9 were allegedly shot dead by police in different slums within the capital, Nairobi, and more were killed in the western city of Kisumu. The unrest started Friday at night, immediately after incumbent President Uhuru Kenyatta was declared the winner in the polls. Opposition NASA Coalition Alliance has claimed that the elections were rigged in favor of Kenyatta but has not provided proof. Kenya's acting Interior Minister Fred Matiang'i has termed the ensuing chaos as localized and blamed it on criminal elements.
In spite of this general state, there have been erratic incidents of lawlessness in a few places, such as Kibera in Nairobi and parts of Kisumu County. In these places, reports indicate that criminal elements have attempted to take advantage of the situation to loot and destroy property. The security forces have reported that they have responded appropriately and they have restored normalcy in most of these parts.
Right, let's get you more details on this story. I'm now joined live by Robert Nagila, who's standing by in Nairobi's Uhuru Park. Robert, after a day of violent protests in some parts of Nairobi and Kisumu, it does seem that calm is returning. What is the situation now like in Kibera and other areas in Nairobi?
Well, thank you very much. Now, in much of the city in the capital tonight, calm has been restored since the flare-up of violence on Friday night after President Uhuru Kenyatta was declared winner of the 2017 presidential election by Kenya's Electoral Commission. Now, in Nairobi, there were 3 particular areas where we witnessed pockets of violence throughout the night and into Saturday as well. Kibera, Mathare and Kawangware, these are predominantly areas where supporters of opposition leader Raila Odinga reside. Now, we saw police deployments in that particular area. It does appear that they were expecting trouble. They had deployed well before the announcement was made. And throughout the day, what we witnessed was running clashes between the protesters and the police themselves. Now, as police say, well, the police managed to push the protesters way back and contain them to particular areas, small spots. And tonight we understand that much across the city, really, it's quiet. But as you and I know, it just takes something really small to spark off violence again. And we are told that there are small groups of protesters still out in the streets, but it's quiet for the moment.
Now, Robert, there are conflicting reports at the moment about the numbers killed. What more can you tell us about this?
You're right there. There are conflicting reports. Now, the government, and this came from the Cabinet Secretary of Security this afternoon, Fred Matiang'i. He came out and said that he had not been informed as yet of any deaths, so he did not know about that. He would get that information. But we have heard from the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, which is a government agency. Now, they say that they've already recorded 24 deaths since violence flared up last night across the country in Nairobi and Kisumu. Those are the 2 cities where there's been violence. We've also heard from the Red Cross. They say they've recorded 4 deaths. However, the opposition held a press briefing late this afternoon. They claim at least 100 people have been killed in the last 12 hours. Now, unfortunately, we have not been able to verify those claims, but that's what they say. 24 people have been killed. In the coming days, we will try and verify those reports, of course, for our viewers. But across the 2 cities in the morgues, we've had journalists going to check there, and they say that they've not been able to identify any bodies, to see, or rather to find any bodies. The opposition says that's because the bodies were simply not taken there by security forces. However, we will try and verify that information. But as I said, Kenya National Human Rights Commission insisting that they've recorded 24 people dead thus far.
And finally, Robert, you did mention that you attended that briefing by the members of the NASA Opposition Alliance. What is their message at the moment to their supporters?
Well, the NASA coalition, which is the opposition, basically says that is telling their supporters to remain calm. Now, I did ask them a question. What exactly did they mean? Could they clarify that? Well, they asking their supporters to remain calm and off the streets, or to remain calm and on the streets. And they wouldn't really get directly to it. They just said, look, we're telling our supporters not to take on the security forces, to remain calm, and that was their response. Now, also put to them was, where was the opposition leader Raila Odinga, the main challenger to President Uhuru Kenyatta? Would he be appearing anytime soon? Would he be making a statement to the press or to his supporters? Because one of the things that we've had from the protesters, not just here in Nairobi, but in his stronghold in Kenya's third largest city of Kisumu, is that they will remain on the streets until they've heard from their leader Raila Odinga. And they said that Raila Odinga would not speak anytime soon. They say that they believe that those who want Raila to speak have a certain motive. They would not tell us what that was. So it does appear we will not be hearing from him soon. However, they did say that they would make an announcement on what direction they would be taking very, very soon. They would not tell us exactly when, but they did say that they would make an announcement soon.
All right, Robert, thank you very much for those updates. CGTN's Robert Nagila joining us live there from Uhuru Park in Nairobi, Kenya.